Go. All right, thank you guys. Let me bring this up here. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about creating effective landing pages. And I see some people that are first time here. So I always like to introduce who I am around here. My name is Jorge Rodriguez. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer. So I oversee all the strategies for all the different accounts that hire our agency, and for all the different all the different customers that we have here. Between Manuel and I, we've been doing marketing for over 10 years now, and the stuff that you guys are going to learn tonight, we've been actually had some awards from these landing pages that we've built. This is one from ClickFunnels. They call this the 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪 Club Award. So basically, if you sell $1 million or more inside of a funnel or a landing page, right? Then you can get to go up on stage with Russell Brunson and get one of these, which is pretty cool. And also, we use another software that's called one-click upsell or Zipify. I'm going to go over all these a little bit later in the presentation. But for this one, they have a club that they call the $1 Million Merchant Club. So again, if you sell over $1 million using their landing page software and their upsell kind of software that they have for these landing pages, then you get to be featured on their blog. And we actually were featured twice, one for me and one for Manuel. We got 2 awards from them. So that means that we were able to build 2 landing pages for, this is specifically a software that is for Shopify stores, so e-commerce stores, right? And the landing pages that we built on there actually made us an extra $1 million on these 2 different stores that we won this for. So again, that's kind of like where I'm taking all the years that we've been building landing pages and all the different elements that I've seen have made a big difference in order to convert more sales that result in award winning. So I like to start off by clarifying the definition or what is, a landing page. I'll try to move on a little bit here for you guys. What is a landing page, right? So an easy explanation is just basically a page where people or website visitors, we also call them traffic, right? People are going to be landing on this page that has a very specific goal in mind. And then as you'll see tonight, I'm going to go over the different kinds of landing pages. So you have a goal in mind, could be maybe leads, could be maybe you're selling a e-commerce product, webinar, that kind of stuff. But just think of it like that. It's just a website, a web page where people are going to be landing on. The importance of these landing pages in the conversion process of actually turning somebody into a sale or a lead, it's actually very important. We approach everything here with like a funnel mentality, right? Everything starts on the ads or social media, maybe a YouTube video, which, the purpose of that is to create enough curiosity to get people over to your website, which is where everything's going to happen, right? Where you're going to get the lead, where you're going to get the sale, things like that. So the first thing that people land on is one of these landing pages. So they're actually very important to the whole, customer journey cycle. Again, it could be just, you're trying to get somebody to sign up for your newsletter. You could be trying to sell them a physical product, or, just turn them into adding them to your email list. The different types of landing pages and when to use them. So I'm going to give you, a whole bunch of different examples. And I'll get more, into specifics as I go on. But here's just some of the examples here. So this is a landing page, which is just a web page on, in this case, is Dr. Berg's website. So if you see up here, it's just part of the menu that he has on his website. So when you click on this menu that says mini courses, you land on this landing page. And the whole purpose of this is that we're trying to generate leads to, in this case, sign up for his healthy keto mini course, right? And this is that strategy that I was just talking about where we're trying to build up his email list, okay? So that's one way to do it. Another way that we do it is with Natural Slim. This is Manuel's brand, right? We did a webinar, and we used a landing page to capture people that want to register for the webinar. And then, there's a whole nother maybe workshop that we'll do on like automations and integrations and stuff like that. But like, this one, you basically in the back end, you just connect it to your Zoom account or something like that. For those of you guys watching online, that's how you landed on one of our landing pages, and that's how you register for the Zoom that you're on now, right? So these can be, as long or as short as you want them, which you'll see I'll have, examples of, both different versions. But you can add images, you can add some, a lot of text, a lot of examples, videos, etc. Whatever, gets you that conversion. And that, one of the things that you'll see here is like, you're gonna have to be testing some of these things to really find out what's gonna work. Here's another example for one of our accounts. He's a doctor who gets patients to sign up to get a consultation with him. And on his website, we have this landing page right here, which right here, it's kind of hard to see on here, but it's basically a form, that we embed on the landing page where we're capturing full name, email address, phone number, and then we even have a little section where they can give us a little bit more information so that by the time, the doctor calls them back, they have, enough information to kind of, break the ice, so to speak, right? So it's not like a super cold kind of call, right? A landing page can also look something like this, which is meant to, sell e-commerce products. And if you notice, it doesn't have anything on the top. There's no menu. So that's another thing that we'll get into of like things to test to get you, better conversions or better performance. Here's another example of the Dr. Berg. Again, this one's on his website. This one is just a landing page that we built separately where, again, there's no menu. And all you can do when you land on here, you either click here to join for free to his, this one's for the immunity challenge, or you leave, right? And then if you leave, we're going to retarget you with a different landing page, but that's another story. But yeah, so, as you can see here, we add some images, we add some video, lots of elements you can test out. Here's another example of a page that we're using for e-commerce. You land on here, you can order now or you can leave. There's no menu, there's no shopping. Another example for 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢. This is the late 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢. We had the honor of working with him and building his academy, his music academy, basically from scratch. So he made us a whole bunch of training videos, and we built a whole academy, like a course basically. And then we built a landing page where from here, then we're sending them to another page where the sale will actually happen. So again, all kinds of different landing pages, and I'm going to get into the differences there and how we're using them. I just want to first kind of show you visually what kind of landing pages kind of exist, right? So the first one is the lead generation landing page. This is meant to capture leads. I know I kind of have a mix here. I know some of you are focused on leads, and then some of you sell e-commerce products. So I'm going to get into the e-commerce as well, but the first example is the lead generation landing page. So the whole goal here is you want to collect that user data, like their name and their email or their phone number, things like that. The more of that you can control, the more we can communicate with them and move them down the funnel, right? You don't have to keep spending money on ads when you have somebody's phone number and email. You could just text them or email them a lot cheaper. So again, this is commonly used in email marketing campaigns or offering freebies or lead magnets, we call them, right? This is the whole purpose of these is just to get somebody's data so you can keep following up with them. So again, here's examples of the webinar, landing page here. This one is for a lawyer who is trying to collect people's information that had a specific thing going on with their houses, and he was trying to collect like a class action lawsuit. So he wanted to collect these leads. So that was his landing page there. And then the one I already had shown you about the doctor lead generation for complimentary consultation, right? Click-through landing pages. So these are usually used in e-commerce funnels, and the goal here is basically you just want to convince the person to click through to another page. Okay, from this page we usually just send them either to a shopping cart or straight to the checkout page or something like that. You'll see kind of in my examples here. One very example that you see a lot is like when somebody has some sort of a holiday or sales, holiday sales, that sort of thing. So this whole thing here is a landing page. So for these guys, for this example, they sell shoes. So one shoe, it's kind of hard to kind of promote just one shoe. So this is a really good example where you would use a click-through, landing page where you want to feature maybe the shoes that are on sale for this particular. In this case, it was for Mother's Day. You notice how we have the code everywhere so you don't miss it, right? And then we have images, we have reviews. That's their Instagram. And then you click here, shop for the sale, right? Here's another example, same people, but this was for Black Friday, but the same concept where we have, different boots that we're promoting, the promo code, save 15% for him, for her. We have carousel of images. So you can build it out as much as you want or as focused as you want, maybe just one product, right? Let me show you another example. Okay, so this one is for another customer, passion for life or passion for health. So these guys pretty much only focus on one product, which is their liquid vitamins, right? And you can see here, we're hitting on different points, which I'm going to get to, like what are the elements that you want to include in these pages. I just want to give you the examples first, right? So that's the founder right there. But from here, let me just go back so you can see. Yeah, so from here at the top, you saw, you could shop right then and there, or we're giving you different offers depending on if you want 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles. And it takes you, if you click on one of those buttons, it takes you to the cart page. All right, so then the next one is sales pages. Okay, and obviously as the name implies here, the landing pages are used to sell products or services directly. They're usually long and include detailed product descriptions, benefits, testimonials, and then also a clear call to action. Those are some of the elements that you want on some of these sales pages and some examples of that. So you can see we have a headline at the top, unlock the power of vitamin C gummy vitamins, a tasty way to boost your health. I was talking to somebody about gummy vitamins, right? So this is one of the examples that you can do as a sales page where you're focusing on just one product versus, the typical, usually everybody sends them to actually a lot of people just send people to their homepage on their website. That's the worst thing you can do. It doesn't convert very well because the customer gets kind of confused. What am I supposed to do here? What am I shopping for? This focuses them on just one product, and you get to sell them exactly on this one product. And if you add in, frequently asked questions and things of that nature, you can really kind of overcome all the objections on just that specific product for that specific, niche or group of people, right? And then add to cart at the bottom. So if you click on that, obviously it takes you to the cart page. Here's another example. So this is for Spring Chef. Again, lots of text. I know it's kind of blurry for you guys to see here, but lots of text. You have your button right here, get swivel vegetable peeler. So that right there just takes you to buy. We have customer reviews. And I didn't include the whole thing, but if you keep scrolling, it's actually 3 times the size of this, all the information that we add on there. Here's another one for Functional Co. They sell a protein, basically, and or collagen. So so this one we just put an image right here. You can add videos to explain it a little bit better, so your customer understands all the different FAQs, or especially if you have the kind of product that this one here where you might want to do a demo, add some videos in there to help you convert. Here's another one for great oral health. So I have a few of them here. You can kind of start to see, a pattern. We have a big, hero image or text or highlighting the product, right? Demonstrating or handling, people's objections using video. We have a lot of benefits, copy, and then always, include obviously the button so people can buy your product, right? Okay, so the next one is squeeze pages. These are designed to extract as much information as possible from visitors, often in exchange for something of value like a discount code or access to a special video. It could be like a special training. Anything that you have available right now can be repurposed for your company to, like, it could be repurposed as a lead magnet, right? If you have videos on YouTube right now, I've done that many times where it's on YouTube, it's live, anybody can see it, but then I just run it as an ad and I say, hey, you want access to this training? Give me your email and your phone number. I'll give you access to the video, and then we just embed the video into, you know, the funnel. But let me give you some examples. So some of you guys have signed up for this, some maybe not, but we have a training on AI. It's free, marketingevent.ai. That's how you get to this funnel here. But this is just a squeeze page. That's the only thing on this page. So page one of the funnel. We have a headline, sub-headline, we have an image, and then you can enter in all your information to access your free training. Okay, so squeeze pages are usually going to be, you know, shorter, to the point, and you're either going to, you know, be interested in accessing the free training, or again, you leave. There's no kind of like navigation. You're not giving them a bunch of options, right? It's very straight to the point. Here's another one. EQ doing that, the same example with like a pop-up. A pop-up can still be like a squeeze page, so to speak, right? Where, again, it's kind of blurry here to see, but you can enter your email to sign up to get, you know, on GQ's newsletter. We also do this with Natural Slim, Manuel's brand. So when you're on the homepage, we have a pop-up that basically is offering like a metabolism quiz. So you can test test your metabolism, and then we give you the results. But, you know, if they click here, then they go on to the next step, which is give me all your information first before you do the test. And I threw this in here as well because you can see the results that we get. These are leads that we're generating. In particular, this is the one from the last one I just showed you from Natural Slim. So if you're getting website visitors, putting a simple squeeze page like this can, you know, give you a whole bunch of, you know, new customers adding to your email list, your lead generation list. All right, the next one, bridge pages. Okay, these are usually intro pages that somebody's going to see before they enter a website. They can be used to promote a particular offer. Examples. Okay, so you already saw this one, but let me explain why this is a bridge page. So these guys, they sell on Amazon. And anybody here sell on Amazon, by the way? I've got a couple. So you know sometimes like when you're running ads, you don't want to send 10,000 people to your Amazon listing, because if they don't buy, actually Amazon penalizes you, right? And then your rankings go down. So we use this, which is called a bridge page, which basically, so they go from an ad, they land here, and then they kind of get, you know, a little bit of information about what the product is, because sometimes the ad doesn't tell you everything, right? Sometimes it's just an image, or sometimes we hit on just one button or whatever. Again, remember the ads or the social media posts, the purpose is to create a curiosity just to get a click. Now you want them to land on your landing page, right? So in this case, it's a bridge page. If they're interested after seeing, you know, all the information we put on here, then they're going to click here. And it says, click here to start the remineralization process now, because that's the type of toothpaste it is. On some occasions, we'll put click here to shop on Amazon, click here to shop on Shopify or something like that. But yeah, so that's the whole point of this page right here. It's a bridge page where they go from an ad to here, then you send them off to Amazon, so it doesn't hurt your rankings and your listing. Another example here, same thing. If you can see on this one, we did put purchase on Amazon on that. And you can also see another example, like you can add in as much information as you want on here. So you know, you can add reviews, you can add videos, you can add whatever. Bridge pages doesn't necessarily matter if it's kind of short or long, as long as it does the point of selling them, pre-selling them on your product before they get sent off to, you know, to buy on Amazon, right? All right, so I want to get into so those are all like the kinds of landing pages that there are out there. And if you can see, it kind of fits in with different parts of a funnel, depending on if you have a lead generation funnel or a e-commerce funnel, etc. but what actually like should be put into the landing pages, right? That's what I'm want to get into now. What are the key components of a successful landing page? And we have what we've created the ELF method, or I got it from somewhere else, but I can't. I expanded it on myself. It's one of Dan's favorite methods here. It's called the ELF method, and it's not this kind of ELF, not the buddy, but it stands for emotion, logic, and FOMO, or fear of missing out. So basically, it's just a structure that you're going to use when you're crafting or putting together your landing page. At the top, at the middle, at the bottom. Okay, you can test like moving them around in order too. I've done that, but in general, this is the one that's worked the most. And just the winning elements is to include these three things. I'm going to give you some examples of that, by the way. But include emotion, logic, and fear of missing out, or like, what is your offer? Why should they buy from you? Like, what extra bonus or what special thing can you give them that, you know, is going to help you close the sale? Okay, so 50% of our buyers are emotional. That's what we found out. So we cater to those first. That's why I was saying, like, the structure, the way we lay it out, the emotional part of it, you put it towards the top. So you make the top of your landing page an emotional hook, or you add some sort of a headline, some wording that is going to speak to that emotion, right? You can also create a video that plays to the viewer's emotion. So here's an example of how we did that. So it says, this is how you increase your HVAC sales by 160% in just 3 months, just like Joey. So it creates a little bit of curiosity, like, okay, well, who's Joey, first of all? Second of all, hey, that's a big claim. 167% you can increase my HVAC sales, right? Which stands for heating, what is it? Ventilation, air conditioning, or yeah, heating. Basically, it's AC and heating, right? And so then, you know, like I mentioned, you could put a video here. And if you watch, this video is about 4 minutes long or so. And I created the whole script just hitting on those emotions that the people in the industry of the HVAC have. So they obviously want more leads. But they actually have a big pain point that they don't have trained staff, or they don't know how to train their staff to stick around longer, or to sell better when they go out and they do the service calls, and they don't know how to train them to, you know, to upsell. So I touch on that in the video. You know, I'm saying we're not just going to get you leads. First of all, we're going to help you follow up on them, right? That's another thing. It's like, oh, I got to call these people and now you're just giving me more work. No. We're going to get you the lead. We're going to follow up on them for you, email, SMS, and we're also going to train your staff on how to, you know, do this themselves. And I'm going to run some ads for you to recruit new technicians. So as you're growing your team, you know, I'm helping you with leads, HR, and there's one other thing I threw in there. I can't remember right now. But the whole point is, like, you know, you got to do your research so you know, like, what to put in this video. So more examples of clear and compelling headlines. So this is one of our sales pages, Manuel's mastermind that we did. So it says, supercharge your life, harness the power of artificial intelligence, transform your business, and boost your productivity. Join Manuel, the Marketing Ninja, for a game-changing 2-day workshop on Friday, May 12th and 13th. I know some of you guys had come to that one. This is the one that we just did. So clear and compelling headline. Here's another example. Learn how to reverse type 2 diabetes. And then it goes on, you know, join us for Saturday, and then we touch on a couple more, you know, emotional points or whatever. Okay, so that's the top, right? So you want to make sure that you're touching on the emotional part of it. The next section, about 30% of the buyers are going to act on logic. So after you've already talked about the emotional pain point, then you want to go into your logical arguments as to why, you know, your benefits or your company's, you know, features and benefits, or your product's features and benefits, why it makes sense, right? So you can tell the customers the reasons why your product or service is for them, and you want to back up the emotion, the emotive signals that you opened up, you know, this pitch with, right? Here's some examples. So in that same funnel page that I showed you for the HVAC people, so this is just scrolling down a little bit here, and we said I've seen enough. How do I get started? So if you notice, these are very logical. It's kind of like, what are you going to get, right? Or what do you have to do to kind of get started? Schedule a call, meet with our team, discover your goals, demo our solution, intake and onboarding, right? So you can see it's very kind of like just matter of fact, like what are the steps? There's people that you tell them, whatever the special is, and they're like, okay, fine, I'm in, let's go. And then there's some other people like, no, like how does it work? What do I, what's going to happen after I give you my info, right? And that's where this logical selling needs to come in, about halfway through your funnel there. Another example, same funnel, scroll down a little bit more, and we're telling them that they're going to get 7-day call reporting, 30-day customer reporting, discover your goals, custom mobile app, custom dashboard, real-time pipeline management, monthly review with dedicated account manager. So again, these are all kind of like the logical points of, what are you getting when you sign up for, first of all, what are you getting, like just for giving us your info, and how does it all work or whatever, right? That's what we're trying to convert. Here's an example for an e-commerce product. So these guys, Superfood Labs, I wish I could show you the whole funnel, but it's kind of hard to show you all the screenshots. But this is, as you scroll down, this section right here is just saying what's inside. So it's saying that each drink is packed with 15 plant-based foods, no laxatives, no sugar, non-GMO, gluten-free. These are all things that are very logical as to what I'm getting into if I buy this product, right? Packed with 15 plant-based superfoods, etc. And then it starts to get into the ingredients. And then a little bit further down, they expand a little bit more on allergens info. So what if I'm allergic, right? Gluten-free, no grains, sugar-free, no artificial sugars added. This product is safe for those watching their sugar intake. It's diabetic friendly. So you see, like, it's not so much of like, oh, you need to lose weight to feel good or about yourself or your what do you call it? Not the attitude. What's that word? Self-esteem or whatever, right? Like it's just going into matter of fact of what the product is. That's where I'm just trying to drive home that point of what is that logical type of copy or wording that you should be using. Okay, the final 20% of buyers are going to respond to urgency, which is fear of missing out is another way of saying that, right? This is where you're going to focus on the offer. This probably is, even though it's 20%, it's very, very important, or if not the most important part. Because if your offer isn't right, then they don't believe the value is there to give you their money, right? Or even just to give you their name and their phone number and stuff like that. Like, you got to make it enticing for them. So you got to focus on your offer. That same company, inside that same funnel, once you get towards the bottom, then they have actually a couple offers. This is one of them. And they offer a bundle. Again, limited time offer. That's kind of like where the urgency comes in, right? How limited? I don't know. But you got to buy now because it might go away, right? It's been there for the past couple of years that I've been funnel hacking them, but hey, it's still limited. So in this case, they give you a super bundle, 55% off, right? So when you see this, MSRP $219, bundle price is only $99. So under that psychological whole number of $100, right? It makes it a pretty good offer. But then if you don't take that offer, then they give you 3 more offers towards down towards the bottom of the funnel. So you can see here they lined them up. They have 1 box, 2 box, or 3 box, right? So 1 is 85, but then if you get over here, the 3 box is 182. So 2 of these is almost, I guess, like $180, whatever that is, right? But if you get, 3, it also that's another thing that you can kind of test. Do you say 3 box or do you say buy 2 get 1 free? Like what's going to convert better? The only way to know is to switch it out and then see if sales kind of change and you start selling more of this. But again, they're giving you different offers. And then you select the option here. From here, you go on to the cart. Okay, here's an example for Manuel. Manuel's web sales funnel for his course, AI course. So we put here, here's why this is a no-brainer. My best deal. The program is usually $10,000, but to make it easier to afford, right now on this page, you can enroll in this course for $997. So we've actually been increasing this price. You know, we tested it, you know, way about half of that or whatever. Now we're at $997. Next, we're going to put it at $2,500. So that's another thing you can keep testing, right? But it is like packed with value. This course that he just recently, Jimmy, we're done with that course, right? Yeah. So if you guys go to aicourse.ai, you can get access to this course. Some of you guys already have access because you, what is it? aicourse.ai. No, this one. No. So this is another funnel, another example of the offer, right? So we're presenting, this is another thing that we're putting together, and we're presenting the two different options that you have to buy your tickets, but we put it right next to our exclusive bonuses or bonus. Enroll today and dive into 2 weeks of group sessions for improved ad results. So we found that when we're selling certain courses that some people need that extra help, like a coach or like somewhere to tap into to ask questions and you know, just somebody to help them or whatever. So now we include that as a bonus. Again, only if you enroll today, and we're going to give you the two weeks of group sessions, so you can kind of learn on a group setting and ask your questions or whatever. So you kind of have to figure out like what is that extra thing that you can give your customer that is going to help you convert that sale. So a couple of other examples I didn't throw in here, but like on an e-commerce side of things, we sold one time for a customer, they were selling pillows, like sleep pillows, right? So we decided to craft an offer because we weren't selling, you know, what we wanted. So we're like, well, let's craft a better offer. So we're saying, okay, buy this pillow, and then we gave them free sleep sounds, MP3, easy. We just got those from like somewhere royalty free, like similar to like you know, like white noise and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so we gave you that. Then we created an ebook, you know, reasons why people have trouble sleeping and the tips on how to overcome it or whatever, right? So we're giving you that. And there was something else, earplugs and the mask for your eyes or whatever. And those things, you know, they cost, what, $1, $2, $3, depending on where you're getting them from, China or, you know, AliExpress or whatever. It was super cheap. But because we were adding all this extra stuff, then we started converting way more sales. Okay, here's another example of a funnel for lead generation example, okay? These guys, quick home buyers, so they're basically wanting to buy homes for cash, and then they fix it and they flip them, right? And if you see here, we're adding in, it's very similar to like how you see on Amazon, right? Where we have a little bit of a bold, you know, kind of statement, and then we expand on it. So I'll just go into it. It says, no cleaning or repairs. Avoid the headache of spending time, money, fixing up your home. We'll take care of everything, even major issues. The next one says, no paperwork. No need to set aside time to review complex documents. Our experienced team is going to handle all the paperwork for you. The next one says, no fees, commissions, or closing costs. You don't pay us to buy your house. We pay you to sell it, right? So it's just going into like, what are some of the objections that people were having when they were showing up to the sales calls, and we're calling them out, and in a way that if you expand on kind of like, okay, what's the feature? And then you expand on what is the benefit of that feature. Meaning, let me give you another example. No open houses or showings, right? Like that's a kind of like a benefit, a feature, I guess, or maybe you can even say a benefit of hiring these guys. But then we say, working with quick home buyers means completely skipping the listing process. We only need to see your home as is. Okay, here's another example. These guys do also lead generation. In this funnel, we're collecting leads for a company that does mold cleanup, mold remediation, that sort of stuff. It says, if you do have a problem, it will only get worse as time goes on, and you and your family deserve to know if your air quality is harmful. So we're hitting on the emotion, but we're also saying that you're getting this free indoor quality evaluation that's going to give you all the necessary information to make your wisest decision with peace of mind. And that's where we're grabbing, their information on here to become a lead. So sometimes you don't have to have like this free extra, physical stuff that might have to cost you more money to create an offer. Sometimes just the way that you kind of position it communicates like this is a better offer than just call us for a free quote or fill this out for a free quote. Like free quote should be free, first of all, right? And it's not sexy, it's not enticing. Like who wants to just fill that out for a free quote, right? All right, so okay, so this last section, I'm going to get into the other extra elements that you can include in the page, and you've seen me include it in some of the examples that I've been showing. But I just want to take a moment to highlight, some of these extra elements. So they're going to be trust indicators, testimonials or reviews, or reviews too, security badges, and other stuff. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So first of all, trust indicators. Anything that creates more trust in the website visitor. So if you've been featured in the news, like this doctor, Dr. Tom Chaney, he's the same guy that I showed you about the type 2 diabetes, right? He has been featured on a local news channel several times, but he's also ran some press releases where he was featured in Yahoo News and other stuff. And then he was also an Amazon bestseller for his book. So you want to include anything that's going to create that trust factor for your visitor that's going to create more conversions for you. If they know, like, and trust you, it's way easier to convert them. The more you work on those three things, the easier it becomes. Dr. Berg, he doesn't even have to sell. He just creates videos that talk about keto and the diet and stuff like that. And because he has so many videos and because they work, his information that he gives away for free, you start applying it, you start losing weight really fast, so you trust him and you know him because he's all over the place, and you like him because he's a likable guy, and also the info he's giving you is working, right? So if you're making content, focus on those three things, by the way: know, like, and trust. Here's another example. So the AI Mastermind was featured in all of these different publications. Thank you to Ray for helping us feature on Fox, on MarketWatch, Benziga. We kind of distributed the information to all the news media outlets, and we're still doing it, by the way, and getting interviews and stuff like that. And so you want to feature that because, and we're featuring this on every page that I'm making from now on, you want to show that off. Here's another way to do that. A different thing that we're showing off is that we are also part of the Inc. 5000, which is this poster right here, by the way. But anything that gives you credibility, you want to be able to show that off. Maybe you have 100 5-star reviews on Google. I don't know. Maybe you say, or maybe you have like a 5-star rating on Google. Well, you can call that out. Or if you've ever been featured on the media or anything like that, make sure to include their logos every time. In this case, for example, this is the TNC logo. So this is a traffic and conversions convention that was in San Diego, the biggest marketing convention of the year. And there was over 10,000 people that got featured or that came through there, and Manuel was one of the speakers. So we want to feature that. And if he speaks at the Go High Level one or the, ClickFunnels or whatever, make sure to always add that sort of stuff. And from an e-commerce perspective, this is an example. So on this sales page here, you see, this is the very top of the page. So as you're scrolling down, right after you see the price and add to cart and stuff like that, the very next thing is that we're creating trust by adding some of these badges. And sometimes you can even create your own badges, or there's some out there that already exist that you can just use. Like this one just says, premium quality, lab tested, made in the USA. That's important for these kind of things for supplements. Vegan and vegetarian, made with non-GMO ingredients. So again, it's nothing like has to do with the media or anything, but it does create trust that your product is something that, it's not going to hurt them and they're okay buying it. Another example, Cloud9 sheepskin. So down here, we added some badges that say premium quality. It's kind of blurry there. Easy returns, fast shipping, and the last one says 100% secure online shopping. Again, it just creates that trust in people that, this is not a kind of like a fly-by-night type of website. Anything you can do to make them, kind of feel more at ease, right? Reviews, that's another big thing. So on a lot of our websites, we are now featuring reviews, which some of you guys here have given us a review. Are you on this one? You are. You're here somewhere. Down. If I keep scrolling, I'll find you. But after this, by the way, whoever can give me a review, please help me out. Give me a video review real quick. And these are so important for other people to know. It's like, oh, okay. First of all, I won't be the first one to kind of jump into this. Other people have gone through it, number one. Again, number two, it increases that trust factor that people believe what other people say more than what the brand or the marketer is saying, right? So that the reviews are so important. We take some of the Google reviews or reviews that maybe we've had on our website or other websites, and we put them on our landing pages as well. Okay. Sometimes you see people kind of like add a profile picture. I've tried both. Honestly, I think now so many people have done it, and it looks so fake that maybe it's just better to do, something like this, right? And another tip is if you have like a Facebook group or a Facebook page where people have posted some sort of a review or a comment that could be used as a review, screenshot that and make your little kind of swipe file, right? You have your little folder where you're saving all these, and this is where you can feature them. That's another form of reviews. And then lastly, for e-commerce, reviews for your products are super important. I mean, how many times have we been to Amazon, and if you don't see reviews, you're like, pass, right? Or the ones that rank at the very top are the ones with the most reviews, and that's for a reason, because Amazon's always testing everything. They're going to put the ones at the top that are converting and making them money. So reviews for your e-commerce products, especially when you can get them to give you a picture with the review, it makes like such a difference, probably more than 10 times more conversions for adding that in. One thing we did here, by the way, is a couple of things actually. So every time they purchase some of these shoes, we're following up with an email to ask them to put in with a link, that takes them straight to the review section for that product. And that's how we, generate a bunch of these reviews. And then also we can offer them, something in exchange for that review. So it could be a $5, $10 off your next purchase, or a percent, 5, 10%, 15%, whatever you're comfortable with. But one of the tips is to do a dollar amount more than a percentage amount. Actually converts better. All right, so 2 more bonus tips, 2 more elements that you can bring into, to make your landing pages better. And that is to design things to have the mentality that everything is mobile first. How many times have we been out to dinner and like that's what it looks like, right? Where everybody's on their phone always. Even if you're like watching TV, you're like on your phone, or you're driving. Maybe not that, I don't know. But everybody's on their phone all the time. And I have seen up to 70% of the traffic hitting all kinds of different websites, not just e-commerce, but like lead generation pages, local pages, Google Maps, they give you that insight too. Up to 70% is mobile. Like almost nobody uses the desktop anymore except for maybe just work, right? So you want to design your page to be mobile friendly or mobile first. Like even if it kind of messes up your desktop design, I would suggest that you design for mobile first. So what does that mean? Means that you see how big this image is right here? And when you're on mobile, like that creates an impact. Whereas like on a desktop, to do something that big that takes up that much of the screen, it doesn't even make any sense, right? And so you don't have the same impact. So that's one thing, is make sure that your images are big and clear, not tiny, right? Obviously you're on a mobile, you don't want it to be tiny. Text is so important. Text has to be big enough to easily read. I mean, this is a headline, but even this kind of text, which is not a headline, or let me see if I have another example here, you know, even the sub-headlines and stuff like that, like everything should be, if you want to write this down, at least 16 points. That's the size of your font, 16 points for mobile. I prefer to go with 18 plus. Something like this, for example, I believe that's probably like a 20. That's probably like an 18. This is more like a 15, 16, right? So you can see kind of like the difference of how easy it is to read when just by making your text a little bit bigger. Okay. Oh, here's another tip about mobile optimization is whenever your page loads, and you have to test this sometimes, you know, if it fits your design, but putting the button on the first, you know, part of the screen here that shows up, sometimes that gets you a lot more conversions. You can see obviously like we don't always do that. You know, we did it here, we did it over there. So you just have to kind of test it, but that's one of the things that we have tried and tested, and it works sometimes, depending on the product, depending on the customer, depending on a couple other things, right? All right, and another thing that you want to be doing, I believe this might be the last part, but is A/B testing, okay? A/B testing, also they call it split testing, is very important. This is how you're going to learn. Marketing is always going to be about testing, by the way, and this is how you're going to learn kind of which path to go down, right? I always kind of, in my mind, I always think about it like that, like customer lands, they can go this way, they can go that way. Well, which is the best way? I don't know. We got to test it. We got to send people down both ways and see which one works, right? And so you're always split testing and A/B testing, and there's different things that you can test, like saying here your headline, your button text, your images, your copy, like obviously you can test everything. We like to use a couple different softwares for our landing pages. One of them is what you see here in this screenshot is ClickFunnels. That's one of them. And they make it pretty easy to make a funnel that you can split test different landing pages. So the main one, they call it control, and then you can have a variation. And then it's very easy, you know, you make the two different designs. One tip is to make it very different. So you can see here, you know, the background at the top here and even the copy and all that. The background is blue, this is white. You know, the headline and the copy here is very different than over here. Over here it just says, you know, learn to reverse type 2 diabetes, join us the date. And then over here it kind of goes into a little bit more of, hey, there's no hidden fees, there's no catch, you pay nothing to attend this seminar. It just goes into a little bit more of like that emotion, right, that we had talked about before. But the point is that these guys make it very easy to split your traffic 50-50, or you can slide it. Let's say you know this like really converts and you don't want to, you know, kind of suffer, I guess, less leads for now for testing. So you're like, okay, I'm going to put 80% on this side, and I'll put a little bit on this other side and just test it, right? And this is what it looks like. So these are the two landing pages that we created in that split test that you just saw. So again, up here, you know, the top section is white, and it has the register here button, and it's very, you know, pretty easy to read. But it also just says, learn how to reverse type 2 diabetes. Join us Saturday, May 10th for this seminar that we're doing, right? It does get into a little bit of the pain points, I guess. Like it says, this event is for you if you suffer from uncontrolled blood sugar levels, even if on medication, if you have slow healing source, frequent infections, excessive thirst, et cetera, et cetera. But this one over here on this side, you know, the coloring is a little bit more consistent. The headline has a little bit more copy to it, hitting on people's pain points, and we have the registration on both sides. So just curious, which one do you guys think won the split test? The control or the variation? This is after, pretty sure it was a few thousand people that hit the page, or at least 1,000 if I remember correctly. Control? Variation, variation, variation. Any more controls? No. Okay. Control actually won. Yeah, I thought the variation was going to win too, but that's like, that's Manuel calls it being romantic about it. And I'm like, look at this cool landing page I created. I think it looks way better. It's going to crush it. And then it doesn't. Now, I wasn't super far off, but hey, it's enough to, make a difference and say, I'm going to go with control, right? It was 17% conversion versus 13%. Yeah. So that's a big difference, right? I mean, if it was like 17, 16 maybe, but definitely enough to say, I'm going to go with the control version. All right, so another software that we use, it's called 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗪, very, very similar to ClickFunnels. If you guys want to get access to this, it is a paid software, but it is going to help you create landing pages. And they have a whole library with templates. Like if you're in the medical practice, if you're in the salon service, property management, chiropractors, cosmetics, barbers, spas, you name it. They pretty much have a whole funnel ready to go for you. The landing page, of course, all you have to do is come in here and then edit a little bit of the text, edit your copy, your image, things like that. So if you do want to sign up, it's agmagency.com/go-high-level. I think it's $99 a month, but they have other versions too, but that's pretty much all you need to get started. $99 a month, unlimited funnels. So that's what I recommend. That's my favorite one so far. Because the other cool thing about that software is that it also integrates not just for making the landing pages, but it also integrates like text messaging and email marketing. You can integrate your Google My Business. Like, it has a whole bunch of stuff. So anyways, that's what I recommend, guys. All right, so that was it. See if anybody has any questions. Thank you. Question. Let me, do we have the mic? Let's do the mic because that way the people listening on Zoom can also hear you.
Yeah, so very impressive. I have learned a lot.
Thank you.
So, but now is the question is, how do you get them on the landing page?
Yes, that's a good
So
question.
are you making also social media ads, to create that?
Yes, so, I mentioned it a couple times that your social media, whether that's like just an organic post that you put or an ad, that's what drives them into these landing pages, right? If you want more training on that, we do have something coming up. It's called a traffic intensive workshop here. And so we can get you more information about that so you know. But we're going to do 2 days full training on how to run ads and how to get traffic into your funnels. So I'm going to go over Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, email marketing, which also drives people back into your landing pages, SMS marketing, text messages, and that's all I can remember right now. But there's a whole bunch of stuff, 2 full days.
Okay, when will that be and how much?
That will be in July, and I don't know the final price, but Rob can help you, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
We have another question over here.
So any of these landing pages can be used organically?
Yes. Yeah, they don't have to be coming from an ad. In fact, like the one I showed you for Dr. Berg, the keto mini course and things like that, we were just posting organically on his Instagram and getting people in there.
So you mentioned ClickFunnels and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗪. So from 1 to 10, being 10 the most difficult, I mean I'll say the easiest one. Say 10 is the easiest. What would you say that is ClickFunnels from 1 to 10?
And 10 is the easiest?
10 is the easiest.
ClickFunnels, I would give it like a 9, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
What about
It's drag and drop.
What about 𝗙𝗢𝗪?
8.
Really?
Just because it has extra stuff that ClickFunnels doesn't have, that has a little bit of a learning curve. But the building the funnel is easy.
Okay.
In fact, you can even import websites and other funnels from ClickFunnels into 𝗙𝗢𝗪, and it just builds it all out for you. So let's say your competition has a funnel or something, you can go grab it, put it in, modify it to make it your own, and there you go.
But then ClickFunnels has its own CRM, like 𝗙𝗢𝗪?
No, it has emails, but not like a
email.
CRM.
Not like a CRM, like Go High Level. It is.
Exactly.
Oh,
Go High
okay.
Level has a CRM. It has a pipeline for your sales team.
And you can move them along
Move
and
them
progress
along.
them.
It has text message. It has emails. It has Google My Business can be integrated. And that's not even like all of it. That's so much.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
That's why I like it. I like it more. I've been ClickFunnels. I
So
mean, you saw
you-
we used ClickFunnels for that award that we
Okay.
got. I think you missed it. It was at the very beginning.
Yep.
But we've been using them forever. And we recently switched to Go High Level just because of that. Like we have so much integration there. Everything communicates with everything, and it just makes everything
So
easier.
being an A is just the more complexity, but it's more complete.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah. Any other question? Oh, do we have any online?
Well, I have a question.
We do. Okay.
My question is how you can utilize this to entertainment industry when we have a recording artist here in the city of Tampa, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗪𝗪. So he basically have a large of social media follower. How he can utilize that to generate more, fan base, and it's different entertainment industries more like 5 minutes or 3 minutes of listening a piece of content and generate income. So how he can utilize that?
How to utilize your following and your audience to drive them into a landing page? Yeah. So the easiest way is to offer them something of value that's free. I don't know exactly, what your business is per se.
Yeah, how can I, pretty much tell my audience, hey, go to Spotify and listen to my music, or go to Apple Music.
Okay, let me see if I can bring up this example. But the way you would do it is just the way. Have you ever heard of like the link in bio, right? Like, no? Okay, let
Not
me
familiar
show
with
you.
it.
So I don't know if it's gonna. I'm gonna show you my TikTok. It's sharing, right? Okay. So, and this goes for Instagram. It goes for anything, right?
Yeah.
You usually have a profile. Or a profile that people can go to, and then you can have links, right? So like on this one, I have a link that, let me open it. Okay, so remember mobile first, right? That I designed this that way so that it's mostly everybody that's watching TikTok is on mobile, right? So on my videos, I sometimes mention it like, oh, you want to learn more about this, or you want that, or you want to, listen to the newest song that I just put out or whatever. Check out the link in my bio so you can listen to it wherever you like it most. Because now you can put links to Spotify, Pandora,
Yeah.
I don't know, Apple Music, YouTube. That would be actually the best one. That way it goes to your YouTube channel and it's giving you views, which allows you to, rank your videos better.
Yeah.
But this is basically a landing page right here, and I'm just putting in buttons that have, let's see if we click this one. Hopefully everything's working still. But if you click a button here, it takes you to another section or another page like that one. If they want to hire AGM because they saw my videos on TikTok, right, then send them there. So that would be like one way that you could use it.
Oh, okay.
Any video can be directed with a link
Mhm.
to an actual landing page.
That's right. So his question is, can any video be directed with a link to a landing page? If you're talking about on social media like TikTok, then you can't put the link in the comments, so you have to tell them, go check out my link in the bio. But if you want if you're talking about a video on YouTube, they do have a description, and it is very normal for people to go into the descriptions and find the links. So yes, there you definitely want a landing page maybe that talks about this specific thing, solar, that you want to offer, and maybe you want to offer roofing or whatever, right? And this landing page only talks about that, so you can have different landing pages depending on the video. Okay. And you would put it in the description.
Somebody had a question
Yes.
from the chat, which was, have we used AI to build out landing pages?
Yes, awesome question. I didn't want to get into the AI part of it because it's like it opens up so much that I could talk about. It turns into like 3 hours. In fact, we did like 2 full days, 8 hours, 2 full days of just the AI that you guys can actually get access to that training, where we do go into that. In that training, we go into how you can use it to even research your audience. First of all, what are their pain points, right? Remember I talked about the emotions, hit on the emotions. the AI is going to help you research your audience so you can find out what are those pain points. And you can even have it say, hey, give me some ideas on like a content calendar. What can I say on Instagram for the next 20 days or whatever? And it gives you all the ideas. And even the text, the hashtags, everything. You can then say, give me headline ideas. You can say, give me bullet point ideas, etc. Right? Like you can use it to build everything out for you. You know that video I showed you where I was talking about for the HVAC people? I used AI to help me create the script. That was, I don't have it here, but anyways, this
I have
one
a
here.
question also to piggyback off of the previous question. For the type of concept that the music producer you were thinking of, would you be able to create something like the Cloud9 with all the different, so maybe he could list like all of his different songs on there, and then you click through and it brings you to whatever platform you're trying to drive them to. So I think that's in the slides that Jorge shared. I'm not sure if he caught that part because it was more towards kind of like the beginning. But you will get the slides. So there is one, what kind did you call that? That was a bridge page?
Click-through landing page.
Click-through
So here it is right
page.
here again.
Yeah,
so
that
you can
was-
see, all these different boots that we're promoting. Yeah, you can promote, each one of those spaces can be, your music that you want to promote. Depends how many you have. You also don't want to give too much options or it disperses the person, right? Like you want to focus them in, like in this case, we're focusing in them on one category, which is like the boots or whatever. And then just to finish off on the previous question, if you guys do want to get access to that AI training, aicourse.ai, that's where you get access to that course.
And I have a QR code for you guys if you want to check it out.
Okay, yeah, so for anybody locally, we have a QR code that you can, aicourse.ai, for those of you guys watching, and locally we'll pass out a QR code that you can just scan and get it. Yes, sir.
So, question I had when you were saying that the page would take them to Amazon from the landing page or the break, what was it called, break page?
Yeah, bridge page.
Bridge page. So my question is, are you sending them to Amazon just for the brand recognition or the fulfillment, or because wouldn't you save money by sending them to your own website and doing your own fulfillment?
Well, that depends on the person selling, right? But like in this case, these guys, they want to rank on Amazon. They want to focus their marketing on Amazon. So, that's what we focus on too. But yes, you probably want to, if it would be, I would be wanting to send people to my Shopify store. So you remember when I was talking about collecting data? If you control that data, you don't have your customer's email, phone number, et cetera, if they buy on Amazon. But if they buy on your Shopify store, then you do. So I would be sending them there. But this was just an example of like, if you're launching products on Amazon, this is the way that a lot of people do it. You have a question? No? Okay. Okay, any other questions online or anything? Oh, we got one more here.
My guest here came because he's exploring affiliate marketing. So I was
Yes.
wondering, can you just kind of maybe touch on affiliate marketing, how this would relate to it?
Yes, so two ways. This right here is the main way that you do affiliate marketing on social media. Because social media doesn't like affiliate links. I don't know how to explain that except just that. Like if you put an ad and you put just your affiliate link and you send them to the offer page or whatever, your ad's going to get taken down. So you want to brand it to yourself, right? And let's say you're promoting high level or ClickFunnels or whatever, right? You want to say how you have a training for them on how to use ClickFunnels to do a bridge page, let's just say, or whatever the case is, right? And you're going to send them to a page like this, a bridge page. So you have two options. So this is the first one. Either A, you send them to somewhere like this where it has the information about the product and the benefits and you're hitting on the emotions and the logic and all that, right? And from here, they click on this button and you send them over to your affiliate funnel, obviously with your affiliate link, right? Your affiliate link would be right here in the button, and you send them off. Well, if you do that, you'll get paid if they convert, but you don't have their info. So you're gonna have to keep spending money, right? And sending people there. And if you're making money, cool, you'll probably keep doing it. But the second thing that you wanna do, and this is the more recommended route, is to use these squeeze pages. So you create a training around your affiliate product, right? Like what do you affiliate for, if you want to say, or an example? Or?
No, just exploring opportunities.
Okay, let's say you want to sell, huh? Right, well, let's say you're going to sell, I don't know, this clicker pen, right, for PowerPoints or whatever. You send them to a page that's going to show you how to be a better speaker. You know, I'm going to give you a quick training on how to, you know, be a better speaker, right? And so now, in order to access that, you're going to have to give me your name and your email and your phone number. And then on the next page, right after they click access your free training, that's where your video training is going to be. Now you put them on an email nurturing, you know, funnel where you're emailing them and you're dripping them out information about the clicker pen that you want to affiliate for, right? But you still keep giving them information about being a good speaker because that's what they signed up for. So you keep telling them about tips or tricks. And by the way, this is a cool, you know, pen for clicking on the PowerPoint or whatever. You can click here to go get it, but you're giving them value, right? So you're always positioning yourself of like, I'm giving this value. And again, remember how I went, going back to the know, like, and trust factor. They're going to trust you a lot more because you're giving them all this value that they're going to click a lot easier, convert a lot more to buy your pen.
So on a follow-up to that, once they've watched the video and they're talking about the clicker, would it be a good time then to say, hey, you know, thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to get my favorite clicker right now, you can get it today half off.
Yes.
And get that instant, since they're already in that mode of engaging
yes. Now
with
you're
you.
talking about in the next video right after this or in the email?
No. When
video.
they get done watching the video,
You're
before
right.
you've even sent them an email.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Giving them that opportunity, hey, you can buy it right now for half off.
Exactly.
You know, for the next 15 minutes or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, you got their attention, right? Email open rates are going to be 20 to 30% if you're really good. So majority of people are not even going to open that email. So once you got their attention and they're paying attention to you on your training video, that's when you want to mention it first, for sure. And that could be in the video and or, you know, down below it, you add a little button, some information about it. Any more? Okay, cool. I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully you got some value.